1. This is the Retro Smash Gaming Podcast. Wherever you are, wherever you may be listening, thank you so much for tuning in. You can catch us on Twitter at retro_smashed. I am Weldy Time. You can catch me on Twitch Sunday through Thursday around 9 p.m. playing your classic games. The man sitting across from me, the man, the myth, the legend, a kind and gentle soul who has seen the future but forgot to write it down. He is Eric.
What's up, man? How's it going?
I can't believe he didn't write down the future. Why not? Yeah. We could have used that. We wouldn't have to be doing this podcast. I could just bet on, whoever's winning the World Series this year, like 5 years ago. I'm blaming you.
So today we're going to be talking about the best console launch games.
Yes. Because everybody remembers their first time.
What have you been up to?
Played kind of a new game this week.
What'd you play?
So I know we were talking about a whole lot of retro games, but I also said maybe we'll sprinkle some like newer games that look like retro games, but aren't. I played Bloodstained 2 Curse of the Moon. So if you're out there and you liked the original Castlevania games, this may be one you want to get your hands on, because it's kind of like you're playing Castlevania, but you're playing on like a team of 4, and each one has like a different ability, and I feel like I got like a quarter of the way through the game. Plays smooth, looks great, crazy difficulty. I mean, I really like it. So if you're out there, I think it's $20 right now. I don't know. Somebody got it for me.
It's on the Switch.
I think it's on Switch. I know it's on Steam. It's on the Steam catalog. But yeah, if you're out there and you're looking for, I don't want to play something old. I want to see what they got newer coming out. And the original Bloodstained's the exact same way. So Bloodstained and Bloodstained 2 Curse of the Moon, try them.
It's got the couch co-op though.
Yeah. Yep. It's got couch co-op. Haven't tried it yet because nobody wants to come over and play. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. Highly recommend. Highly recommend if you're looking for something, if you're looking for a challenge, game that looks old but feels new, try it.
Bro, you could invite me over and I'd play. Like, I miss the old couch co-op days.
Oh, yeah. Because, everybody wants to play online now.
Yeah. I don't really like too many of these online multiplayer games.
At least not
Call of Duty, all that. Like, I would rather just sit down next to a buddy and play a game.
I like playing Warzone, but the fact is that the beta took up too much space on my Xbox One. Every update was at least 40 to 45 gigs. I'm like, no, I can't do this anymore.
It's ridiculous.
It is, yeah.
What's the hard drive? Like, probably a terabyte?
I had 500 gigs. I didn't have anything, because I play retro games, so I get a game, and it takes up maybe 2 to 3 gigs. So I have a whole hard drive full of older games, and then Warzone comes in and wants to take up a fifth of that. I'm like, nope, can't do that. It was fun while it lasted, but again, that was weeks ago.
Take me back to the Halo days.
Yes, actually, speaking of Halo, not to give away one of my Mt Rushmore games, what is our subject this week again?
It's best console release games.
Yes.
Halo's definitely going to be on there. Are we doing like a top 10 list? How are we doing?
I had a Mt Rushmore.
Okay, because I wasn't prepared. I just...
You just threw some out there?
Well, just general discussion.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it. So what do you got, like, just generally, and I can say whether or not they were in like my essential quote unquote top 4.
We'll get there.
Okay,
we'll get there.
Oh, you got more surprises for me this week?
Are you ready to jump into that?
I don't know. I'm still mad at Splinter Cell 2. Still mad after 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whenever this is released. I'm still mad at Splinter Cell 2 and Silent Hill 2. So I don't know what's in store.
All right, let's just jump into the draft then.
Oh, we're drafting.
We are.
Okay.
So I was thinking, since we're doing the best console launch games,
yes,
some of the best console. God damn it! Okay, we're gonna try this.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
I figured since we're doing the best console release games, some of the best console release games have been Mario.
Yeah,
Super Nintendo, the Nintendo 64, whatever else.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to draft the best Mario games.
Oh, okay.
We're going to tweet this out whenever we release the episode, and you guys are going to vote to decide who had the best draft.
Okay.
And I want you guys to try to come up with some punishment for the loser.
No punishments allowed. I remember Eric, by the way, texted me like a couple days before we were doing the podcast, and I have the tweet here, by the way, or the text here, and he asked me, and I was a little terrified when he asked me, He said, and I quote, "Scale of 1 to 10, how high is your confidence? What would you rate your comfort level of self-humiliation?"
Well, I like putting something on stake, right?
But you never want your podcast co-host to text that to you. That's a terrifying
But let me
thing.
explain. I'm a competitive person, and I want to put something on the line.
Sure.
So whenever we do these little games, I want there to be a winner and a loser, and the loser has to, maybe do something embarrassing.
Okay.
Wear a dress on stream.
Oh, I could totally do that. I wouldn't mind. I've got a dress in my size. I don't know. I could squeeze though. There is a lot of me in here.
I want you to choose first in the draft.
You want me to choose?
I chose first last time.
Well, I think we're at your house. You have home field advantage, so you should choose first.
You know which one I'm going to choose.
I know which one you're going to choose.
So let's set some ground rules. Let's say anything with the word Mario in its title is a Mario game.
Is it? Because so we can't take like Super Smash. Like I'm thinking way outside the box because you say any Mario game. Is that considered a Mario game?
No. Okay,
is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yes. But
is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes. Is soup cereal?
Ooh, you mean a cereal soup?
Yes.
Yes. Is soup? Well, soup could be. Well, how chunky is my soup? How chunky is your soup? So yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay, so it has to legitimately have Mario in the title, or is it just like Mario and Friends games?
Let's just do Mario in the title.
Okay,
because I like drawing weird lines.
So Luigi's Mansion is out.
Do I really have to spell this out for you?
Well, you want ground rules. You want to win. Give me all the rules. This is not going to be. This is not. Where is that game you have in here? What's the one?
The Estates?
Yes.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
No, I am not playing that with you because you didn't explain all the damn rules. This is a you problem.
You did not listen to the rules.
This is a you problem. Nope, it's right there, right over your left shoulder. I see it. Nope, done. So it has to have Mario in the title.
That's simple.
Okay. All right. You go first. You have home field advantage.
5 games? What are we doing?
Do 5.
We'll do 5.
We'll do 5.
I think it's the obvious one, and I'm going to take Super Mario World.
Oh, that's not the one I thought you were going to take.
What's the obvious one? Maybe. Okay, it's obvious for like you and I. I feel like that's the best Mario game.
I figured you were going to take Super Mario RPG.
Oh. No, I'll stick with Super Mario World.
Damn it. I was going to try to talk you out of it because I wanted Super Mario World.
Okay, so technically, since we're a retro podcast, are we sticking with retro games or?
Well, I mean, if you're going C, and that's where you're drawing the line, because there's a couple games that are kind of newer that I want to take. But, I mean, we could do that. Okay.
Just writing it down.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
We're a retro podcast.
Well, there's a game that I want on my list that's 14 years old. This is where I'm kind of bending the rules a little bit.
In episode 0, we defined what was retro, and that was the Wii and back.
Oh, good. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Good. Fantastic. So you're taking Super Mario World. I'm going to take Super Mario Galaxy. A game that I always consider to be probably besides Symphony of the Night and the original Red Dead Redemption, it is probably the most beautiful game I may have ever seen. And again, that's me not, everyone's like, oh, Final Fantasy, whatever is more beautiful. Yeah, okay, I get that. There's going to be a game out there that's probably looks a lot better, but from what I've played, Super Mario Galaxy, just graphics-wise, colors-wise, plays well, just fantastic looking game, fantastic feeling game, just all across the board.
Have you played Ori and the Will of the Wisp?
I have not.
Have you seen it?
I have not.
Once you do, you will stop saying shit like Super Mario Galaxy is beautiful.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a very good looking game.
And again, I guess what I was going to say, somebody out there's like, I'm sorry, that's not the most beautiful game. Well, that's a game that I consider is beautiful, but you never played Symphony of the Night either. Symphony of the Night is an absolute masterpiece.
Okay, well, I'll be that person who says, that game's not beautiful.
Let me push up my glasses before I... Okay, so you got Super Mario World. I took Super Mario Galaxy. With the second round pick, Eric is going to take...
I'm going to stick with the Super Nintendo and do Super Mario RPG.
I figured you would.
Legend of the Seven Stars.
I figured you would.
You have not beat this game, correct? Or did you go back and beat it?
No, I didn't go back and beat it. I got about I want to say a third of the way through. Like I said, just RPGs just aren't my cup of tea. But for being a Mario game, I mean, it was. If you've never played RPGs before, I will concede that it is very easy to pick up and play.
Yeah, it's a great intro level RPG.
Yes, very much so.
Right. So for your second round pick,
my second round pick, I am going to take. I'm going to take Sunshine. I'm going to take Sunshine. That was a game that, again, that game looked amazing, played amazing too. That was when Mario pretty much just almost gave up on just the 2D original platforming and was like, you know, we're just going to be fully into 3D now, even though they went back into a 2D game that was a 3D game that was a 2D game. Think about that one for a second.
I don't know that I have played too much of that.
I liked it.
I have it on the 3D All-Stars collection. I played Galaxy a little bit. Not too much.
Admittedly, Galaxy's a little wonky on the 3D collection for the Switch. It's a little weird.
At that time when those were coming out, I was a PlayStation, Xbox fan.
Same.
I didn't play too much Nintendo. I definitely need to go back and play those. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you can't play every single game ever made and play it all the way through. Okay, so I had my 2, you have your 2, so you have pick number 3.
Did we decide on where the cutoff is for this? Are we saying the Wii?
What do you have in mind?
Super Mario Odyssey.
I'll give you Odyssey.
Okay, so we're not doing just retro games. Sorry, guys.
Well, I mean, it's a retro podcast, but I mean, if you want to go greatest Mario games of all time, I think, yeah, you can have Odyssey. I didn't like it.
Odyssey is... Wait, what?
It wasn't my... It just felt way overhyped. I don't know. Wasn't great. I spent my money on my next pick, which I think might blow you out of the water.
What was wrong with Odyssey?
I really can't find a reason why I don't like Odyssey. It
is so fucking good.
I just didn't.
It is such a good game.
Get into it. Like, I felt like it was weird for me. I don't know. I didn't really get into it. I just didn't, and I feel bad because it was like a game that's like I really, really wanted to like it, but for some reason I just didn't. I liked Galaxy better than I liked Odyssey, honestly. Like, I don't know what it was. I think I maybe didn't play enough into Odyssey, but like I really, really wanted to believe, and you know, I played a couple hours, didn't feel right. I don't know what it was, but I think I need to go back and play it some more, and I'll give it the old college effort, which I failed out of college, so that's not saying a whole lot.
What you got for number 3?
Number 3, I think, is going to be kind of a weird one, since we're not doing really retro games. You know, I'm saving a couple of the big hitters for later on, but I want to get some of the kind of weirder ones out of the way. I want Super Mario Maker.
First one?
Do I get them both? I'm not taking one and then you take 2. Yeah, I'll take 2. I'll take 2 because it fills that itch that every Mario fan had. Oh, I could make a level better than this. Every single person that's ever played a Mario game was like, I wonder what would it look like if I could make my own level.
Yeah, but they never do because the user-created games on there, the vast majority of them fucking suck.
But a lot of them are really, really creative. I know a vast, like, 75% of them are pretty much garbage. But the other 25%, what you get your diamonds in the rough. And you could be just, like, I didn't even create any levels. I bought that. I didn't create any levels. I just played the game.
You played the user-created one.
Yeah.
And not the, like, where you have to build out Peach's castle.
Yeah, no. I did all that. Like, I just played because I wanted that old retro feel. Like, I played Super Mario World enough. I was like, I want to play Super Mario World, but I want more of a challenge without doing the absolute insane Kaizo Mario World bullshit, which that's way beyond me. But that filled the itch for me.
It seems like the user-created levels on Super Mario Maker are either really bad or they're really hard. They're just not as good as Mario games.
Well, they're not supposed to be. That you have a whole team of developers making Mario games. I got some 8-year-old kid sitting in his bedroom making levels for me to play. I got, any and all ages, if you have any kind of an imagination, you can make a level, which is what everybody wants to do with Mario games. They're like, I want to create my own level. I want to see what this looks like. And they do, and it fills that itch, and I love it. I just wish that sidebar, I wish they would do something like that for Mega Man. But that's just me.
You got to drop that in there.
Of course I got to drop that in there. Okay, so your fourth pick is going to be...
My fourth pick is going to be Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Wonderful. Good. You didn't take my fourth pick. Great.
What was your fourth pick?
My fourth pick is going to be probably the best Mario in the entire franchise, and the one that pretty much recreated platforming. Super Mario 3. That's the one that recreated, just rewrote the book on platforming.
Let me say something about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
I know. I'm okay. You go first, and then I'll talk some more about how I thought the original Mario Kart was better. But go ahead. There we go. Yeah. I threw that out there. I just wanted to get in your head a little bit. Well, let me ask you this. Now, I know they have some of the Super Nintendo tracks on there. If they were to make all of the original Super Nintendo tracks that you can play on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, would you look at the Super Mario Kart differently?
No, because it's not just about the tracks.
Oh, it's just about the gameplay overall?
It's about the gameplay, the feel. I don't know that I could quite put my finger on what it is.
I will say 150cc Special Cup is absolute horseshit on the original Super Mario Kart, because there is, like, people in front are getting weapons. Like, how does Luigi Mario get like 3 stars to use every lap? How am I unable to hit anybody with a red shell when I'm getting near the front? How are they? I was streaming Super Mario Kart the other day, and somebody went through a thwomp. I watched it happen. I don't go through the thwomp. I run into the thwomp, and then it lands on me, and then I fucking get last, and I gotta start the whole race over.
This would not happen in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
That's fair. Yeah, there's no giant, there's no bullet bill you can get or blue shell to take out the leader in the original, but
a lot of people hate that blue shell. I don't mind it.
No, I don't either. I wish they had it in the originals. I wish they had it in Mario Kart. I really did.
Your fourth pick is
Super Mario 3.
I'm surprised it lasted this long. It probably shouldn't have.
And that's what, yeah, I was kind of hoping you were going to go with the Mario Karts first and take a couple other things, and so I was just waiting, but this is my diamond in the rough here. It was that weird time when Nintendo was starting to transition from the NES to the SNES, and then they dropped just one of the greatest platforming games of all time. Like, it played well, it looked, there was plenty of, like, puzzles to go around, difficulty was right there, is able to be speed ran if you wanted to speed run it. They had options where it's like you find the whistles, because everybody watched The Wizard. Everybody watched The Wizard, right?
I have not seen it.
That's where everybody found where to find the first warp whistle at.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I mean, at least, I gotta say, that was the kid with the power glove. That was so cool. That kid was so badass with a power glove. Are you kidding me? Okay, so your last pick is...
My last pick is Super Mario All-Stars. It's gonna shit on your last
pick. It is. Yes, absolutely. You get all of them. Well, wait a second. Hold on a second. Because my last pick is encapsulated inside of your last pick, which is kind of weird.
Is it Super Mario Bros. 2?
It is not Super Mario Bros. 2. It is the original Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt.
Sidebar, rank those 3. The original trilogy.
The original trilogy, 3, 1, 2.
2 is still good, though, right?
2 is different. We could probably talk a whole hour on Super Mario Bros. 2. I wasn't very good at it. Everybody else I knew around me was like, oh, it's because you're not using, this character or that character. It could be. And then I try using that character. I'm like, this doesn't work.
You know the story behind it.
Yeah, it was Doki Doki Panic.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm glad you said yes, because I didn't want to tell the story because I'd probably fuck
it up. Which is not to be confused with Doki Doki Literature Club.
Is that a real thing?
Oh my god.
Okay, tell me.
Oh my god. No, I'm saving it. Nope. All right. Anybody out there that knows what Doki Doki Literature Club, do not tell him what it is. We're going to play it, and I'm getting your reaction on camera. But yes, my last pick, I am taking the original Super Mario Bros. / Duck Hunt, because it wasn't necessarily like a pack-in, but it was an original console release. You're laughing at the way I pronounce Duck Hunt, aren't you?
No.
Yes. Yes. Oh,
I'm a child.
You are a child. But yes, it was an original pack-in game, which also is one of my 4 Mt Rushmore of original pack-in games, which we're going to talk about right now.
Right now?
Oh, right now.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh, right, very now. So that's one. I mean, that kind of revolutionized platforming, whereas Super Mario 3 really rewrote the book on platforming. But, like, just to get from... Actually, you know what's funny? I have 4 different game types on my Mt Rushmore, and I'll get to those. But yes, I have Super Mario Bros. / Duck Hunt as one of them. The second one I have, Wii Sports for the Wii. And even if you didn't buy any other games for the Wii, you could still probably pump 200 to 300 hours into that game. There was so much to do, and there's 5 sports, and you get all your friends over and play 9 holes of golf, and it's the same game every single time, but for some reason it's the same, but it's different, and it kept people encapsulated for hours and hours.
Yeah, I don't know anybody who didn't like Wii Sports. There's really something on there for everybody.
That's true. I've never met anybody that didn't like it either. Which, of course, if you didn't like it, just add us at retro_smashed on Twitter so I can drop us again.
Nick's a shill.
Fucking sellout. Fucking sellout. So so there was 2. The third one I had was Halo, the original, for the original Xbox, which rewrote the book on first-person shooters. See, I like taking a lot of like revolutionary style games, because if you're gonna put a game with a new console, you better come out with a bang. And I think Halo really did that and rewrote the book on like first-person shooters.
You bringing that up kind of makes me think, like, you ever watch sports clips, like top 10 best catches of all time?
Yeah.
And 3/4 of them are average catches, but they're at big moments.
Right, yeah.
I hate those fucking lists. Like, no, I just want to see, like...
Okay.
I just want to see the top 10, like, most acrobatic catches or the most difficult catches.
Sure.
But your list, like, being revolutionary, is the big sports moments.
And it doesn't do it for you.
It doesn't.
So you're really, really not going to like my last pick.
Okay, but I've liked the games you've said so far.
Okay, well, the last one I think is one that millions of people... Actually, you know what? Millions of people probably still play to this day. Tetris.
They came out with Tetris 99. Have you played that?
I haven't played that one
No,
yet.
me neither. I sucked at Tetris, so...
Really?
Yeah.
That's a game that, that's one of those games where it's like, oh, this is a really simple concept, and you find yourself playing it for hours. But I think that was a reason that a lot of original Game Boys sold, because of just that game right there.
Yeah, it's probably one of the best-selling games of all time.
Mm-hmm.
They even got that one effect when you, like, the effect where you see the Tetris blocks falling after you've played it. You know what I'm talking about?
No. Wait, hold on.
Let me just Google Tetris effect. See if we can find anything.
But I know the pain of waiting 6 minutes for a long skinny, and that sucked. That was pain. Kids these days don't know pain. That was pain.
All right, so the Tetris effect occurs when people devote so much time and attention to an activity that it begins to pattern their thoughts, mental images, and dreams. Those experiencing the effect may feel like they are unable to prevent the thoughts, images, or dreams from happening.
Do you think that they came up with that fake-ass syndrome for, to try to explain why video games are bad in the 90s? Like, maybe if I played enough Mortal Kombat and pull out enough hearts, that maybe that's all it's gonna encapsulate my thoughts. I
think they tried to come up with any reason to say that video games are bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, so I used to mow when I was living with my parents. I used to mow. They had a big yard, so like I was going back towards the road, back towards the woods, back towards the road, back towards the woods. And when I get off the mower, I would like look out the road and like see the road like moving slowly towards me, which is kind of a weird thing. But just because I'm moving forward for 5 to 6 hours at a time. Not that we were like rich or anything, but we just had like a big ass yard, and it sucked to mow.
Okay,
So
two questions.
yes,
It seriously took you 6 or 7 hours to mow?
yes,
And were you doing mushrooms when you were mowing?
that would have made it so much better. But I probably would have like mowed circles and shit in the yard. I'd just be sitting there just mowing in the same circle for like 4 hours.
Sounds like a good time.
It does sound like a really good time, actually. But no. But yeah, I know kind of what you're saying. Like, if you're playing Tetris and you see things fall from the ceiling for 6 to 8 hours, and then you look out into, like, open space, you'll probably start seeing things, like, coming down from the sky. So I could totally empathize there.
That's the Tetris effect.
Yes, and the Tetris effect was also the reason that it sold so many games and the Game Boy OG was so successful.
So who is your Abraham Lincoln? I'm sorry. So what is your Abraham Lincoln on your Mount Rushmore?
Oh, God, now I gotta do the individual presidents?
Can you name them?
Yeah, it was Lincoln, Washington, Adams, and Roosevelt?
Yeah, that sounds right. I knew that. Unless that's wrong, then
you're quizzing me.
Then I'm gonna edit something. I'll check to see if that's right.
It's Washington. Okay, it's Washington, Lincoln, Adams, and Roosevelt. I'm Googling it right now because I want to see who it is. I want to see if I'm right. Mount Rushmore. Washington, Jefferson, Roosevelt, and Lincoln. So it wasn't Adams, it was Jefferson instead. I got 3 out of 4.
You win.
C's get degrees, kids. Thomas Jefferson. I could get into Thomas Jefferson all day because he didn't sign the Declaration of Independence because he was in France.
What was he doing in France?
He was our very first foreign ambassador.
Who signed for Thomas
Everybody
Jefferson?
else that was there? I guess. I don't know. This is a video game podcast. If I knew about history, this would be a history podcast.
Are you telling me his name was forged on the Declaration of Independence?
It's not there.
Oh, it's not there?
No, I told you. It's because...
Who cares? Do you care?
How is he on Mount Rushmore?
Who gives... Is that a prerequisite? No.
A prerequisite? This train has derailed.
Oh, shit.
But I don't know who my Washington is.
Hold
because
on.
my Washington has got to be Tetris. Because it was the first one. It was the first one that was it was the first one of its kind. Wait.
What's the next game on your list?
That was 4. I got my 4.
Are there only 4 on Mount Rushmore?
Jesus Christ! How the hell did you get a high school degree? How did you get a high school diploma?
It took a lot of skill to skate by like I did. Okay, so please don't downplay it.
No, that's fine. Yeah, there are 4 on Mount Rushmore, and those are my 4. I've got Tetris. I got the original Super Mario / Duck Hunt. I've got Wii Sports, and I've got Halo for the original Xbox. So that is on my Mount Rushmore of packing games. If you've got something different that you feel like we missed, which of course we're going to miss a whole bunch.
Well, I think we should speak to some of the Mario games, like the 64, because the new Nintendo consoles that come out always have a good Mario packing game.
Yeah.
Mario 64, it's not something I'm super passionate about, but I know a lot of people like it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good game.
Right, yeah.
It's okay.
It is.
It's a game.
It is most certainly a game. Yes. Thank you for joining us. It's absolutely, and like I said, there's going to be some that are going to be better than what I had, but of course I like to go games that are super revolutionary that kind of break the mold. So I had 1 puzzle, 1 shooter, 1 sports, and 1 platformer. I feel like that's a very even Mount Rushmore kind of list. Was there anything on there you wanted to throw in or anything you wanted to add? I know you're super passionate about Super Mario World.
I think you did a pretty good job.
Oh, well, thank you.
A decent job.
I'll take it.
You did a job.
I did a job. You did something. I talked for a little bit.
Yeah, this episode is more about you talking, and that's cool. Because you do a great job.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm just saying I didn't have like a list like you did.
Oh, gotcha. So, okay. Well, do you want to take us out of here then?
No, I don't. You can.
This is the Retro Smash podcast. For Eric over there, I am Weldy Time. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, and we will see you next week when Eric explains to us the science behind black holes. You know that they originated in the church because they're holy.
Oh.
We'll see you kids next week.